I'm going to switch from asking about PODER and ask Jaime to share their work in advocacy and experience in community and community engagement. How did you get started?
I can't pinpoint any one instance that made me become civic engagement other than, when I was not a son of a farm worker. We didn't have the funds for me to go to college, so I had to be resourceful and figure out a way to get to college. And I decided to join the Army for their college bonus at that time. It wasn't called the GI Bill, just called it college bonus of $10,000. So I did my 2 years, came out. The $10,000 was able to pay for my college at Fresno State University in public administration with a minor in political science. But my dad, I remember one of the things that my dad told me, a life lesson I keep going forward, is that whatever you do, don't get educated for yourself. Get educated for your fellow family members, your friends, your neighbors, your Latino community who don't have that opportunity to go to college. Because you can be their voice. And so I've taken that to heart, and I've gone to do wherever I can, wherever my voice could be needed, whether it's a school board meeting, a town hall, a county board meeting, wherever I can be ability to speak on behalf of my fellow neighbors, whether they're Latinos, veterans, to give a voice of encouragement, of advocacy, and that's just how it's just stream road from there. Because I don't think there's one thing that led me to be an advocate.
I really appreciate that answer because I feel that many people from various communities feel the same way. They just know that there's a need and they want to get involved. They want to help somehow. Your journey has led you to being president of PODER.
Yes.
How did that get started? How did you become president?
So me and Anthony Velas go back. I'm a transplant. I grew up in California. I came up here to Oregon to go to law school. That didn't work out, so we had a mutual parting after a year and a half. But Anthony was one of the very first individuals I met here in Woodburn. At the time, I was living in Kaiser. I had family, friends in Woodburn, and I don't know where exactly I met him, but he was one of the first ones I met him. And over the course of the years, I knew what he was doing, his work in media, and I was living in Hillsborough. I moved to Hillsborough. I retired from Portland Community College. Came back to Woodburn, where my wife grew up, and I ran into Anthony, and he just started talking and said, "Hey, man, you want to do some volunteer work with a nonprofit?" After a cup of coffee, half hour later, he sold me. He sold me on his vision and the purpose of what we want to do for Latinos in general. And I thought this was a natural fit. After a few years of just being a board member, there was some restructuring with PODER. Anthony became the executive director. He couldn't, according to our bylaws and charter, he couldn't be both the president and executive director. He chose executive director, which is fine, and that gave me an opportunity to be the president, which I try to honor his vision, be the voice of reason. I have many experiences on serving on other boards. My own life experiences and work. I worked in higher education for 22 years with Portland Community College. I'm a union man. I've gone through, I believe in workers' rights. I was a steward, vice president of campus at PCC. Eventually, I rose all the way up to becoming state president of the American Federation of Teachers. And after 4 years there, I retired. Retiring isn't all what it seems to be. I got bored rather quickly. So I did run into Anthony and also run into Teresa Alonso Leon, former state representative. She hired me to be a student advocate for Capaces in Woodburn, another nonprofit. And there I was tasked to be the project coordinator for what's called the Oregon Community Table on Post-Secondary Education and Training. And there we advocate for student funds at the state level. And that serves as a good purpose with what I'm doing with PODER. And making sure that legislation not only protects but gives opportunities to Latino workers in the health industry, because we feel that that's one area that we need to get stronger in. over the course of my 30 years here in Oregon, I have witnessed the empowerment of Latino workforce in the overall economic success and prosperity of Oregon. We are not the fabric; we are the backbone of the workforce here in Oregon. But we also need to make sure that ensure that Latino Latino workers are healthy, that they're getting the same resources that is necessary to remain a healthy part of our economic prosperity.
I was nervous to meet with you before because you're the president of PODER, and I'm a community advocate and volunteer, and I do a lot of digital marketing and social media. But with that longer history that you just shared of all of your work in community and involvement, now I'm definitely more nervous. And I'm excited to try to catch up.